Welcome to our reporting video series. In this series, we will cover the reporting and monitoring features offered by the Service Bus Management and Monitoring Plan. This video provides an introduction to SBM reporting and covers the power of the configuration system, enabling you to limit SBM to resource groups, service buses, and even to specific queues and topics. Videos 2 through 4 present real-world problems which can be diagnosed with SBM reporting. The last video in the series presents integration of report results to application insights metrics and demonstrates how to replicate an SBM traffic light health report in Azure Alerting. This enables you to send real-time notifications to your support team when your business-defined SBM reports trigger, for example, a red alert. In this way, SBM provides not only a network-wide traffic light-enabled dashboard, but also real-time alerting capability to help you achieve your SLAs. For those time poor, we recommend viewing this introduction video along with videos 3 and 5. In this video, we will cover concepts such as resource group and service bus namespace filtering, as well as default, custom, and health reports. We will finish by creating an example report, associate it with selected service bus resources, create a health report, and finally show the resulting traffic light health iconography this produces. By the end of this video, you will have an overview of the reporting capability of SBM and be able to create your own reports as well as your own traffic light health monitoring reports for your service bus network. Before we dive into SBM, let's consider how SBM can help your business. Visit mqvision.com.au for our full documentation. Here, we see some common challenges. With SBM, you can craft health reports to help automatically detect when service bus resources cease receiving expected message loads from sending systems, when consuming systems have ceased consuming messages, and when there is an imbalance between the rate at which senders are enqueuing messages and the rate at which consumers are receiving those messages. And with SBM, this can be expressed as a simple traffic light health icon dedicated to each service bus resource, in an all-of-network view providing instant and in-depth information to the health of your entire network at a glance. We will explore each of these problems in our subsequent videos in this reporting series. First, let's head to Configure, Settings, and select Resource Group Filter. This lists all resource groups the solution has scanned in your given subscription. You must have the SBM administrator role to be able to view this page. Here we can toggle whether a resource group should be enabled or disabled for use by SBM. Disabled resource groups are ignored by SBM. Service bus resources within an ignored resource group will not be shown on the main page and will not be available for reporting. Let's return to the home page and see that all service bus resources in this subscription are present in the Service Bus Manager RG resource group. Returning to configuration, let's disable this resource group. Returning to the home page again, we can see all service bus resources are gone. Administrators of SBM can control which parts of the network should and should not be considered by SBM. Let's re-enable this resource group. SBM provides even more fine-grained control at the specific service bus resource level in relation to reporting. Here we can see we have 2 service bus namespaces. We can configure reporting targets for each resource. When set to both, report results will be written to both SBM's own database for use by SBM health reports, as well as to application insights metrics for integration to your own reporting solutions and also for access by Azure Alerting. Alternatively, we can limit resource results to just SBM, just application insights, or neither. When neither, reporting will essentially be disabled for this given service bus namespace. Let's head into the DSS test namespace. Here, we see all queues and topics within the namespace. This provides even more fine-grained reporting control. Again, we can configure the reporting targets. This will take precedence over the service bus namespace level configuration. If a resource is enabled at the service bus namespace level but disabled at a queue, then reporting will be disabled for this specific queue. Additionally, we can set here a number between 1 and 100 reflecting the percentage of the queue to scan on each run of the reporting service. The reporting service will run once every 15 minutes to provide semi-real-time snapshots of data present in your queues at each point in time. For very large queues, you may wish to set the percentage to scan to a low value. For queues with typically few messages, you may opt to set this to 100. The solution defaults to 5% on initial install. Let's head to Report Configuration. Here, we can see the 7 out-of-the-box reports. These provide access to the core statistics we can capture from a given Azure Service Bus resource. Now, we will create a new custom report. Let's capture the count of messages present in a queue at scan time that were sent by a specific system. We will presume the sender sets a custom property, sending system, with a value of order processor. Press Create Report and we will call it Order Processor, Count of Messages, and give it a description. The number of messages present in a queue at report runtime from the order processing system. Next, Add. This list provides all standard Azure message properties, the body property, and also 4 unique options to search for any custom property using a custom name by data type. We want to filter based on the custom property sending system. This would be a string property as we will compare the name of the sender. Enter sending system in the custom property name field. Select equals and enter order processor. This now reads, count the number of messages present on the queue at report runtime which have a custom property named sending system with the string value order processor. And add another clause expressing to only consider messages enqueued in the last day. Press Create Report. We have created a report, but it is not currently associated with any Service Bus resource. This provides fine-grained control over which reports should be run against which Service Bus resource. Now, select Report Bus Association. If you wish your report to run against all Service Bus queues and topics, we can use the Auto Associate option. This will scan all existing reports and ensure a record exists, mapping each known Service Bus queue or topic to each report. These association records can also be disabled. This provides the most fine-grained control. When a given report associated with a Service Bus queue or topic subscription is disabled, then the report will not be run against this specific resource, even if reporting is enabled at the Service Bus and at the queue topic level. Let's now add a health report so that we can generate traffic light iconography. This will provide for semi-real-time queue health feedback. Select Health Rules. Let's filter the view to quickly see the queue session partitioned dupe detection queue. Notice how this filter provides the same power as available to the reporting system. This is available on all filterable tables in SBM. Let's add a row and filter by rule name. Select Contains, then paste the queue name. Apply Filter. Edit. We have no health rules yet. Let's create one. Health reports are reports of reports. They provide access to the results of our other reports. Health reports are entirely based on your own business expectations. Before we move on, observe we can select a few options here. Each report run will actually write a value for each of these options, and we can refer to any of these values in our health reports. Select the help icon to get inline information detailing these options. The default option, Actual Match Count, means we will read the simple count of messages which matched our report definition. Remember though, you may have configured your queue to only scan 5% of messages on a queue. So if there were 20,000 messages present and we scan 5%, then we will have scanned approximately 1,000 messages. So in this scenario, our report would never reach more than 1,000, even if 100% of messages scanned were a match. Bear this in mind when configuring your health reports. Setting a queue to allow full queue scanning will produce more accurate results. Projected match count will estimate total match count, presuming the same rate of matches were all messages scanned. And percent matched will allow you to compare with the projected percent matched had we scanned all messages. Let's go update our queue definition to allow 100% of messages to be scanned. For the sake of this example, let's assume you expect that there should generally be from 0 to 500 messages present from the order processing system. This is our green health rule. Select to create a new health rule. Select our desired report. Let's use the actual match count option, less than or equal to, and define 500. We can also define lookback rules, which we will explore in subsequent videos. For now, let's simply use the default green traffic light color and select Create Settings. Let's configure an amber warning rule. We will express that if there are more than 500 messages but less than 3,000 in the most recent report cycle, this rule will match. For this business, we expect messages to be processed at a certain rate. When messages begin queuing to this level, the consuming systems are not performing to expectations. This allows support teams to watch more closely and potentially begin issue investigations. Now, let's create a red alert. This will match if we find 3,000 or more messages from the order processor in the most recent cycle. This may indicate an issue with the consuming system or perhaps with the content of the messages being sent. Let's wait until the next 15-minute period for our report definition and the associated health rules to be run. Welcome back, and you can see our queue is green. There are 5 messages on this queue at the moment with a custom property of sending system and value order processing. This matches our green rule. Now let's roll the clock forward a couple of days. Let's look at the 15-minute view again. There are 96 15-minute slices in a given 24-hour period. In this view, we will always see the last rolling 24 hours of 15-minute results. If we select the daily view, we can see the roll-up of these values represented as daily aggregates. This will show the count of report periods for a given day, which were each given color. So here we see all 96 15-minute slices on this day met the green rule. We can click any color to view the report definition as it existed at this point in time. Viewing the legend, we can see that a color will show with a gray border to show when a report definition was changed. This helps easily identify definition changes when analyzing health history. We hope you enjoyed this overview of the Service Bus Management and Monitoring capability. SBM provides comprehensive reporting capability, enabling business to express complex logical expressions to embody their exacting requirements. In the next few videos, we will work through a range of real-world problems which are traditionally difficult to diagnose. With SBM, you will now have semi-real-time traffic light reporting at your fingertips to make issue identification a breeze.